Talking very quietly, folks, because I'm about to disturb the carrots. You know, I don't want them to start crying. Now, I've planted these in clumps 2 or 3 weeks ago because they were really, really small when they were growing, and I didn't sow them straight in the ground. Some people say you can't dig them up. Yeah, you can't do it. You're going to disturb them. You're not going to grow again. I say, bite your tongue. I've done this so many times. Yeah, it's nice to actually have them growing in individual or a seed tape or carrot tape or whatever you want to call it, but because I planted them all together and they were young, they were too hard to separate. So I'm just going to wiggle them around slowly like this, make sure they've got a little bit of a, you know, the root bulb developing. Or yeah, that's not too bad, that's good. Look at the roots on that, that's great. Now, we need to separate them. Now you can separate them while they're in the ground like that, but you can see what will happen. If I try to pull this out right next to the other one without being careful, that's a carrot too, that's a tiny one. That's what they look like when I first planted them. Exactly like that, tiny, and a clump of them. You know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this little clump. One hasn't developed quite yet. And if I was to pull them out of the ground, one at a time, I'd be tearing all these roots off. Look at that. That's a beautiful long carrot there. So these are going to get back into the ground now. There's another 2 here. So, and I've got more spring onions. Really. Oh, the garlic's here too, look at that. We've got everything going on here. Let me just get these guys out of the way. They're really deep. And now that they've grown big enough, I can actually separate them and replant them in this little bed here, making sure I don't disturb my garlic, so they have enough growing space to develop beautiful, long, juicy carrots like that there. You need to go deep. You can't force them into a small, shallow hole. And I should use my dibbler. This is the perfect tool for it. And just push a nice deep hole like that and carefully drop it in, not all of them, and backfill it. Beautiful. That's all you need to do, folks. And that's another long, tedious process, but worth every minute of it, because you don't get carrots like this in the supermarkets, folks. So space them about 10 centimeters apart. You can go a little bit closer if you like, but 10 centimeters is ample. They only grow about 3 centimeters round, 4 centimeters. Yeah, they got fibrous roots on them too on the outside, hair-like roots, but I wouldn't worry about those. And again, you don't want acidic soil, because we've got memory plant growing back here again. You don't want acidic soil because it won't form the carrots, and you need the soil to be moist sort of constantly, because they will split open if they get irregular watering. I've lost one. Have a look at these little samples here. That's a little baby. That's a good one there. Have a look at that. Nice, 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 nice. And these will be quite happy going back in the ground. They won't go backwards. Some of you may say they will, but I can tell you that won't. That's beautiful. Okay. We'll just, oh, we've got the dibbler. Don't use my finger. Deep hole. Drop them in. Alkaline soil, nice and loose. And keep them well hydrated and plenty of sunlight. And they're going to love you for it, and you're going to be harvesting them and enjoying them in the kitchen. Check out our website, Vasili'sGarden.com, for everything you need, and don't forget to book your fruit tree workshop seat, because they're going to sell out and you're going to be regretting it. And our end of financial year sale is going to end very soon, 30th of June, only a couple of days. From me, Vasili, Maresi.